All right. So thank you. And we are recording. And Whitney, if you want to go ahead and mute yourself for now, we're start the recording. And I just thought I'd kick off. And then if you have questions, pop on in and ask the questions. But we're really excited. Jennifer and I were talking about, is it a good idea to go ahead and have a post-convention conversation now? And I think, it really is. I mean, part of me was like, oh, is it too late? And then I kicked that little devil to the curb and said, no, it's not too late. There's so much exciting news and so much exciting information, and we've had enough time now to kind of go through the motions, get through the first incentive, and kind of start thinking about what we want to have, going forward. So I just wanted to run through a few things. I'm looking for my notes because, of course, with everything else, those got scattered as well. So, I think now, and I think all of you are probably in the right mindset, but we do go through periods of having belief and disbelief. And sometimes you can have that roller coaster in the, within, I don't know, 5 minutes. And sometimes it can, be a couple of days or a couple of weeks or a couple of months. But as we go forward with our journey, I want to assure you, I mean, Jennifer and I have been with Rodan & Fields since 2012. And, we came in not at the very beginning, but definitely at a point where the convention that we went to, the first one, had 3,000 consultants total. That was crazy. That was down in Dallas, Texas. And, it was one of those things where there was so much collaboration with the home office that, in fact, there was a time when Kristen and I were talking about, and a few other people were like, gosh, it'd be really nice if our order forms had the PC and retail pricing right next to each other. And sent that request, that suggestion in, and 2 weeks later, or maybe it was even less than that, we had this whole new order sheet. Now, I'm not saying that it was because I sent in a suggestion, but it's just an example to show how small we were then and how much we've grown. I'm really excited that in the last we've become the #1 skincare brand. You guys all know that, North America. We expanded from the United States into Canada and then into Australia. And soon we'll be going into the Pacific Asian market. And I just have to say, with this partnership with TPG that we have, now we all might be like, what is TPG? Why a private equity firm? But it's incredible to see just that exponential, like, I have a hard time even describing kind of that change and sophistication, the change in atmosphere from last year's convention to this year's convention, with the new marketing assets that we have, as well as our new products. They're pretty phenomenal. So definitely having that chance to meet Tim Coulter. I mean, I didn't get to personally meet him, but to get to know who he was during our leadership summit was really inspiring and profound for me as a consultant, because he just was just talking to us like we're talking right now. Like, he could be on the phone with us, just chatting with us, but really talking about his background and what they look for in companies, and that they chose Rodan & Fields because we're disruptors in the industry and because they can learn from us. Now, I'm pretty excited that we can learn from them, but you hear him say that one of the reasons he wants to be on the board is because Rodan & Fields has done something so different with this style of network marketing, with the style of skincare, that he wants to be on our board. So that's pretty incredible, because he's only going to be on boards. I mean, he doesn't have very many, he's not on very many boards. And he, I'm going to try. Okay, Jennifer, you want me to share your screen? I'll try. How do I do that? Well, anyway, let me finish what I was going to say, and then I'll do that. Anyway, it was just very inspiring and wonderful. And I just want to paint that picture, because anytime that we're in a business on our own, even if we have a day job, there are times when we're like, oh my gosh, can I really do this? Do I really want to do this? And my son, who's a freshman at Virginia Tech, he's at a decision point right now with the program that he's in, where he can either move forward to the rest of the semester and then decide for the rest of the year, or he can move out of it. And it's really been, it's really interesting to see and talk with him as he kind of confronts that reality and tries to maintain his belief in his dream, and wondering if that dream has changed. So a little bit, it's a very different scenario, but some similarities as well. All right, Jennifer, share content. How do I share? How do I make it so you can share? Do I make you?
I guess I'm on my computer. I guess maybe you can't if you're on your computer or if you're not on your computer. So
I don't know. I think if I can add you as a host, let me see if I can add. I'm going to make you a host. Do you want to? Oh, I'm going to change the host to you, Jennifer. Are you okay with that?
sure.
I hope the recording stays on. Ah, we'll find out. Okay, you're host now. See if you can share the screen.
It's still recording. Oh, wait, it went away.
I was looking for the recording icon, so you know I can't see.
Well, no, I
No.
don't know. It went away now. I don't see it on my screen.
Oh, hey,
I
Jennifer.
saw it still. So
Okay, cool. Oh, yes, I see it now.
Awesome. Oh, yeah, I see it too.
can you guys see these stats? I thought they were really interesting. One of the reasons why TPG was so interested in us was because of these Euromonitor stats and the amount of growth that we're experiencing, that we have been and still are. The fact that we are disruptors in this great, humongous industry, the fact that we're number one in the anti-aging, but if you look in body care, I don't know where that noise is coming from. Robin, can you mute whomever's doing that?
I don't know if I can still do that now that I'm not the host anymore.
Maybe I need to. Let me look.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, maybe it's just you, Robin. Maybe it's you making the noise. You're on mute now. I didn't mute you. You must have muted yourself. So anyways, just briefly, so you can see not only are we only in the US, Canada, and Australia as far as the market, as a geographic market, but we're number one in anti-aging, but we're number 27 in body care. Number 2 in moisturizers, 3 in cleansers, 3 in acne treatments, and there's a whole host of other markets that we can get into. So not only do they want to take over the global market, but they want to enter and be number 1 in every single market that we're in. Dermacosmetics, body care, moisturizers. They want to be a larger share over here as well. So these are Euromonitor stats that I thought were really interesting. This is also when anybody says, oh, everybody, I talked to somebody the other day who said, oh, everybody I know is doing this. I'm like, really? How many people is that? She said 3. I'm like, wow, you know 3 people. Like, I don't even know what to do with that. Like, it's so when you ask people these questions, it's just so interesting. So if you look here at these stats, this brand awareness, 32% of the people have heard of us. How many of them are actually using it? And then these were really interesting stats when they broke it down to based on your ethnicity. 26% of minorities, 27 are aware, and then over half of the majority of them are really interested in trying our products. So we have a huge, and this is just the North American market, right? This isn't the rest of the world that we're going into. This was also interesting. 68% or 60% of us are actually in Valerie's demographic and Amanda's demographic. Joe, Robin, Ebony, and I are all outliers to this. All of us on the call, I think, hold at least a bachelor's or a master's. And, it's just showing that we're an educated group of incredible women, and we have a lot of room for growth. Most of the people work full or part-time, didn't have previous sales experience, and 80% of us are extremely or very satisfied with RNF. So Robin, you can unmute yourself. I just thought this would help from your TPG stuff. I just wanted to show that.
I think that's great. Thank you, Jennifer, for sharing that. I think that's really incredibly relevant and very motivating for me and hopefully for everybody else as well. So the other thing I think is really exciting to think about, and kind of one of those things where you're kind of like, oh, I don't know. Are we going into makeup really? The Derma, the Radiant Defense Perfecting Liquid. I mean, we were all kind of like, oh, I'm good with I'm good with recommending regimens now. I'm not so sure about like shades, and I eschewed makeup for so long. I mean, I don't know. I had a little chip on my shoulder about having to put makeup on. Of course, I played the game when I had to, but it wasn't something that I really was like, oh, I love makeup, and I'm more power to you if you do, because it's beautiful and you can be all artistic and wonderful. But that really, I mean, I thought, oh gosh, I'm going to really botch that. But I love the fact that they, have made it with the 6 shades. I know you guys know this, but I think it's helpful to hear it as well with the 6 shades. And what's really exciting about it is that it's opening up adjacent categories, right, for us, for our skincare. So it means that, with the Lash Boost, with the Perfecting Liquid, it just means that we have a broader array of products that we can offer to people. And that means that we have more opportunities to grow our businesses. So with the dermacosmetics, with the Radiant Perfecting Liquid, we enter into an additional $6 billion industry. So that's a lot of money right there waiting for us to hop into, right? And take advantage of. And it's something people really want. And I didn't know I wanted it, just like I didn't really know I wanted this great skincare when I started my business. I really wanted the knowledge and I wanted the, extra income, but I didn't really want the skincare. Part of it was because I didn't believe it could be transformative. And being a skeptic, whatever. I was clearly disproved. I was disabused of that notion pretty quickly. And the same with the Radiant Perfecting Liquid. So hopefully you've all had a chance to try it by now. Hopefully you have it on your way if you don't have it in your bathroom. But just yesterday, Monday, I was at a business chamber meeting, and I was talking about the convention and being back, and he said, well, you're just glowing. That must have been a really great experience. I said, it could have been that, or it could be my great Radiant Perfecting Liquid, to finish it. I see somebody's watching with you, Valerie. She's adorable. That's wonderful. It's a family business. So really focusing on that, we want to own the bathroom counter, right? We just want to own the whole thing now. We don't just want to own the one little, part in our medicine cabinet that has the regimens on it, but we want to own the whole bathroom counter. And
Robin, did you see that picture that they put up at convention when they were talking about that, or was that Saturday and you weren't there?
I'm not remembering which picture you mean. So
convention was so amazing. I hope, Whitney was there. I hope the rest of you can go next year. Yes, Whitney, you saw it. Was so cool. And Whitney, when we were talking earlier, your picture wasn't up here and I just spaced it. But yeah, so you were an outlier with the age as well. But they had this picture that showed like the 4 areas of products, and it was kind of a teaser of what's to come, and basically saying, yeah, we're going to take over your bathroom counter, like in a good way. Like, we want to help everybody get these great products. And of course, we're all excited because it was about cleansers. Whitney, I don't know if you remember what else. I don't know. I can't remember all the pictures, but it's like whatever you have in your bathroom counter, So having the eye makeup remover is huge, and having this Radiant Defense. It was a really exciting time when they shared that picture. It might have been Saturday morning. Anyways, go on, Robin.
Yeah, that's great. And so that pretty much wraps up what I was thinking or wanted to share. Is just really, I tend to be skeptical. I tend to be really analytical and overanalyze. And I really would just recommend Jennifer and I were talking with somebody who's interested in or considering becoming a consultant. And Jennifer said, well, what's the advice you would give that person? I said, just go forward, just do it, just share, just start, don't overthink it. So that's my advice for myself. I do say that to coach myself as much as you. And I really encourage, and I mean, this is just such, I'm left speechless half the time. You can tell I lose all ability to articulate what's exciting about Rodan Fields, and the fact that, we can give this gift to other people so that they can either make more income for themselves and change their lives that way, or they can look really great. And I turned 50 this year, so I'm pretty excited that I found Rodan Fields 6 years ago, so that I can look like a healthy 50-year-old. And then finally, I was going to share a book, and I didn't bring it down with me. I thought I did. But the 4-Year Career, if you haven't read that one, okay, this I'm just going to tell on myself. I didn't read that for a really long time because I thought a 4-year career is impossible and ridiculous. So there you go. I'm just going to say it. But don't be so rigid in your thinking. I encourage you to read it because it's a really lovely overview, descriptive, very easy to read. I mean, it's a quick one that gives you really a good description of what network marketing is like. It talks about creating assets and asset income, and so it just gives you good background. It gives you a good way to talk about what the gift is that we have and what challenges everybody confronts, whether in network marketing specific, but also related to other businesses as well. So go get that book. All right, Jennifer, what do you want to share?
So one of the things, so I'm going to share a couple points. First of all, virtual. On Saturday morning, all throughout convention is super exciting. So first of all, I want to share with you guys, I'm going to kind of go in order in my brain with the days that we were there. So they did something our first day, which was new, which was called Leadership Summit. And that was for that Wednesday. And in order to earn it, all of you should write this down. Level 5 circle. Even if you don't know what that means, make sure you're running for level 5 circle. You want to hit that. So next year at convention, you can attend this leadership summit. 2,800 of us earned it, and it was a special day specific with training for the leaders. And then we had a sit-down lunch, 3-course meal, champagne toast for 2,800 people. And these women, I mean, everything is done. We thought we were going to get a boxed lunch because there were 2,800 of us. No. And the training was phenomenal. We got to hear from the TPG guy. We got a special lounge that we got a sparkle bracelet. We got some Swarovski crystal little items and just a special place that you could go during convention. So write down level 5 circle. Make sure you're running for it. And that means 8 EC legs with a level 1, level 2 volume of 10K, level 1, level 6 volume of 25K. And then you're getting a level 1, level 2, 10K, Valerie, level 1, level 6, 25K. And that means that you're getting, $3,000 or more a month. So you're starting to get, a nice substantial paycheck.
Jennifer, can I just add something? If you are thinking I can't keep up with like the numbers and things like that, all that information is available in BizDev Library as well. So don't worry, you can get the information.
So that's the first thing you want to be running for. Convention in general is super exciting. It's also super overwhelming because it's just a lot, but it's really great and it's really fun. So having those lounges to go to is really cool. We have fantastic training. The other thing that they announced is the opportunity now, if you already aren't enrolled in virtual, you should still enroll in it because now we're going to have the opportunity to have a great virtual platform outside of the training that they unveiled for us. So it's going to include a CRM for us. It's also going to host a place where the videos will be. I know, isn't that great, Joe? Where videos will be. So now Rodan and Fields has their own YouTube video channel. And the problem with that is we send links to people and it says, oh, you might also, she's opening wine to celebrate this virtual platform. I love it. So it also has, when you send YouTube videos to somebody, if you don't take out all the extra coding, which I posted in TeamSUP how to do that, if you don't take all of that out, then it could come up. You may also want to watch, and it's about somebody else's skincare, somebody else's what. And in this platform, they're going to house all their videos. We can put up our own videos as well, and it will be clean and polished and a beautiful, pristine platform. On top of that, we're also going to have the opportunity to host our own virtual events. And it's really great. They have it all laid out that we can invite people straight from there. We can put our event platform right in there. We won't have to use Zoom. It'll record for us. We can see when people have watched the video. We can see when people have clicked on the invite. It's going to give us all those data analytics as well. So You will automatically have access to be able to see the videos that they'll put up there, but the only way you'll have access to the CRM and the virtual event opportunity and posting your videos is if you paid the $89 if you're enrolled. So they just sent an email today that anybody who enrolls between today and December 31st will automatically have access to that, along with all the convention training. So it's a great opportunity, 89 bucks, totally worth it. I mean, we pay 30 bucks a month for a TeamSUP, so much cheaper. And the convention training, I went to a lot while I was there. I have not watched any of the virtual convention stuff because I'm still like coming up from air of doing all of my follow-ups and everything. But those are great resources that instead of even the daily or whatever, just to be watching a little bit every day. Just like always, I recommend do not do more than 20% of your time training, because you're not going to make any money. If you do all training and no reach outs, you're not going to make money. So make sure you're very cognizant of 20% of your time training, 80% reach outs, meeting people, and taking advantage of all there is to offer on that virtual convention platform. There's so many things.
There are. Can I add one thing to that?
Yeah, please.
They're really nice because if you haven't been on there recently or haven't seen it, they have some shorter snippets, like Heidi Wismiller interviewing Jim Coulter, Heidi Wismiller interviewing our new marketing director, just different nice like 15-minute segments. Interviewing Diane Dietz, and so it gives a little bit more of that background to our corporate and our leaders, which is really compelling as well as the sessions and the breakout sessions and the training and things like that. And there's a really great one too I just want to share with you now that I listened to, is the Australian Building Momentum, and Katie Wood was on it, and she had a really great delivery. It was short, it was 30 minutes, so I encourage you to check those out too.
So the other thing you want to make sure that you're running for is the Lead the Way milestones, because what they do is Lead the Way has 6-month segments. So right now the segment we're running for is the Los Cabos trip, which is taking place from April 4th to April 9th. And you guys in the Spark program, once you achieve Spark Milestone 1, you get 3 miles. Spark Milestone 2 gives you 6 more miles, so you'll be up to 9. Spark Milestone 3 gives you 9 more miles, so you come out of Spark with 18 miles. And they just announced now every 10 PC orders gives you 2 miles, and 5 on top of that gives you 1 more mile. Every 2 consultants gives you 2 miles, and every consultant on top of that gets you 1 more mile. They just announced at convention, consultant miles are double. So if you enroll 2, and this is from September to December, if you enroll 2 consultants this month, now people in Spark, you're not earning miles outside of your Spark, but you guys are September, October, November. This starts in December for the Spark achievers on the phone. But the rest of you, 2 consultants gets you 4 miles this month. 3 consultants get you 6 miles. So if you guys are not running for the Los Cabos trip, you're just silly. And then what you're doing, you're setting yourself up really well for the next round. And the next round will be another convention VIP trip. And I've earned these VIP trips for the past, I've earned the top since Cancun, the first Cancun trip, however many years ago. And there are about 6 of us who've earned all of them since Cancun, 6 in the whole company, guys. So I'm not saying this to brag. I'm telling you guys, you know me. I'm doing this. So guess what? That means you can do it, right? Hello. So when you earn the top for the Lead the Way milestone for convention, you earn the trip, the one that ends in December, the one that ends in June or whatever, you earn the top milestone for convention, you earn a $3,600 bonus, and then you earn really nice perks. And one of them is you get a very nice seat, and you get to have this special entry into convention. You get to sit up front, you walk the stage, you have a special lounge where you can go that they have massage chairs and food and drink. You get special gifts. And it's very nice. The VPs, I mean, vice presidents, they come in there and they chat with us. They ask our opinions. We chat with them. So they announced the double miles. They also announced more bonuses. So right now, there's a bonus that they announced, and you guys know the Spark bonus. So Spark month 1, you get samples. It used to be 10 samples, but now you get 15. You get 5 of the Radiant Defense, 5 of the Give It a Glow, and 5 of the, I just had it up. Anybody remember? I'll just pull it up and make sure I remember. I can't remember. I think it's active.
I think it's 5 of the eye. I think it's one of the active hydrations.
I think it's the active hydration body replenish. Let me just look right here.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, guys. I just had it up, and I just wanted to make. We'll now give It a Glow, Active Hydration, Serum, and Radiant Defense. So you get 15. So Spark Milestone 1, you get those 15. Spark Milestone 2, you get the 15 again, along with $400. Spark Milestone 3, you get the 15 along with $600. And now they've added in June, they added in that the sponsor, anybody who helps 2 people in 1 month, earn any of those Spark bonuses gets $200. You help 3 people in a month, you get $300. You help 4 people in a month, you get $400. And what they added on a Saturday is every time you add 2 people a month on the core ultimate kit, you get $200. Add another person, $300. Add another person, $400. So the bonus potential with this is very big, guys. So just, it's all about duplication, duplication, duplication. If you continuously enroll 2 people and help 2 people, enroll 2 people and help 2 people, enroll 2 people and help 2 people, and have them do the same, you're all earning great bonuses, you're all earning great commission, you're all helping more and more people. So those were the main things that they announced on Saturday. I was just glancing through here and making sure that that was it. Robin or Whitney, did you guys have anything to add to that? Because Whitney was there too. So Whitney, if we're forgetting something, please let us know.
I was just going to say, I was listening and I don't remember Robin saying this. There was one speaker in particular, I think the one that was the most popular. Did anybody mention that like everybody should listen to that one? Robin, I think you went to her one day and then the next day maybe Amy went to her.
Is that Rachel Hollis?
Is that right? The lady who was like,
I didn't see her, but Amy saw Rachel Hollis, and yeah, she was very popular.
Yeah, everybody said that is one of the primary speakers that I'm definitely going to make sure I watch in virtual. So I just suggest that to everybody because I heard from multiple teams, multiple people that she was like really amazing.
I think everybody should read her book too, Girl Wash Your Face. It was amazing. So, and yes, she was, now Mel Robbins and she were both amazing in person. Mel Robbins' book isn't as good. I've heard her TEDx is good. Her book is fine, but Mel Robbins to watch in person was amazing. Rachel's was as interesting and funny to watch as it was to read. And it was really incredible to be live with her. I would highly recommend watching both of those for sure. Absolutely. Whitney, anything else you want to add about convention and why everybody wants to be there and why it was so great?
Most definitely. Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I'll keep it really brief. So there aren't that many women of color on our team. And I know that it is definitely a goal of the entire team to diversify our team and to make sure that we're as inclusive as possible. And I just thought it was really beautiful to see so much diversity, age diversity, racial diversity, just literally every type of diversity you could visibly see was present. Hair color, size diversity. There were even men in the back of some of the images that they've now produced for us. And I followed Jennifer and Robin not very closely, but my first convention was in 2014, I believe. And we have evolved majorly. This is definitely not something to like put to the side. And as a person who struggles with consistency but is constantly improving, this is my priority to improve this work, because literally we're going to be the number one skincare in the world. So I just, if you got some time, I would use it here for sure. And then lastly, I think that there was a very, very, there were so many diverse bodies in the space. And so never feel like whoever you're reaching out to, maybe they don't make any assumptions. Reach out to everybody, because I saw old women, young women. I saw women with disabilities. I saw Black women. I saw Asian women. I saw Hawaiian women, short, tall. I saw a woman. I've never even seen a woman as tall as her. I wanted to ask her, like, ma'am, did you play basketball? But I thought that might be rude, so I didn't. I just literally saw everybody. And also, I'm always open to, chatting or speaking to anybody, women of color, on a three-way, because there are women of color. You just may not see them as much. And we are definitely working this business and growing this business to, reach the same heights as everybody else. So I just wanted to encourage you to really speak to everybody, because in this moment, in this political and social climate, we as women need to have our own. So I definitely suggest you go.
That's fantastic. And so one of the things also at convention is we earn different parties. So I earned a party for being a title, which is called Premier Level 5. And that's where Maisha was there, Maisha Proctor. And I just came out, I walked over and I'm like, would you do a call for my team? And she's like, oh yeah, I'd love to. And I said, great. So it's these sorts of things that we have access to these people who want to work with us. And so she said, what are you thinking? And I said, well, I think it'd be fun if people earned something and you did something special for us. So that was one of the parties that I earned. And then Kim Kraus had a party for level 5s and up, and I earned that. And Susie Sheftel was there. And Susie Sheftel is the one who brought on Romy. So got to hang out with Susie, like meeting all these people. And then the following night, Susie had a party. Not Susie, Romy had a party for level 5 circles and up. And so, that's where I hung out with Romy and saw all these people that we see about on the daily experience. So those are fun things to earn at convention as well, and be meeting different people and chatting with different people. Joe, you had a question. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you before.
I actually didn't have a question, but I was on for those 3 days on virtual. And there is stuff on there which was not experienced. It's dedicated and unique to those who want to access virtual. There's an interview, a behind-the-scenes interview with Katie Rodan and Kathy Fields. It's short but sweet and poignant. All the things that Robin mentioned are there. And then something that I wanted to bring up. The website is not perfect. We all know that. I experienced it tonight, but I am super, super excited and grateful for this imminent launch of the CRM and for a more robust platform, because what they mentioned at convention that I heard virtually was that they are partnering not just with TPG, but their alliances with Salesforce, which is the gold standard of CRMs. So this is going to be robust. It's going to work. It may have a few little bumps and roll out, but the confidence that gave me was huge. So this will be both a cost savings, a time efficiency, and lastly, this will be, and this too was obliquely mentioned, data protection. And that's a really big deal for me, having come out of the intelligence community, that the data that we have, both personally and for those of us on our teams, is protected, is going to be much more secure. So, yes. More nimble, more robust, more secure.
Yes. Fantastic.
Is there any word on when the potential launch for that is going to be? Because I'm chomping at the bit to get on that.
I think we're all chomping at the bit, and I think they're rolling out pieces. I think, certain people in the market are using it. I think certain RFXers have been using it, and I think they're also going to be rolling out pieces of it. And the goal is to have all of it available to everybody by the beginning of 2019, but I don't know what that looks like. And I would imagine I might get to know more details on the premiere trip too. So I'll keep everybody posted on that.
So one of those behind the scenes conversations mentioned by end of Q1 2019.
Oh, by end of Q1 2019? Oh, I thought it was beginning. Bummer.
It was speculative.
Okay.
Cue the whimpering.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I'll keep you guys posted. Robin and I both will, because Romy has a level 5 and up page. And so sometimes we hear stuff from that, and as we hear stuff, and of course I will ask when I'm in California. So
the one thing I didn't catch on that was, do we need to pay additional for that, or is it included in our Pulse subscription and just being a consultant?
So your Pulse subscription will cover you getting to watch the videos that they put up there, the Rodan and Fields videos, but virtual subscribers will get everything else. So if you subscribe to virtual, you're good to go.
Which I did. I'm talking about the back office and the...
That's virtual. So that pays for that. That's what I'm telling you.
The CRM. You're talking CRM.
Yeah,
yes. So you paying for virtual covers all of that.
Okay.
That came in this email today also, for those of you who might have seen it and maybe it didn't, it's not clear, but paying for that $89 covers all of that. It covers you being able to use the whole platform and having the training. And so basically, if you've gone to convention or if you've enrolled in virtual, you have access to all that stuff.
That is a phenomenal deal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's huge.
Look at the money that we're saving.
Oh, my God. It's amazing. It's totally amazing. So any other questions or thoughts, ladies? Well, I hope you guys are excited as we are. Yeah, Whitney and Robin and I are the old timers on here. We've seen so many changes. And so it's sometimes hard for us when you guys say, oh, the website is not great or whatever. Like, you guys don't even know what things need to look like in training and whatever. Yeah, look at Whitney's face. So it's hard for us to really understand what you're saying and sympathize, because like we used to write little handwritten notes. I mean, like, honestly.
Yeah.
And us, we came in 4 years in, and so the old timers laugh at us like, you don't even know. So it's, it's perspective, right?
Perspective is everything. And speaking of, Jennifer, I'd love for you to wrap this up, because we've covered a lot of different things, and we have talked about a lot of really exciting things. And if anybody's like me, you kind of look and you go, I want to do it all at one time. So what would you advise? What's important to do right now and get started with and move forward with right now?
That's a great question. So whenever I look at what is important now, WIN, that's a great acronym. And it's important. I do this every Sunday, and I do this the beginning of every month and every quarter. So I hone in on this all the time. So what's important right now is to look, we're headed into month end, right? September 30th. What goals do you want by month end? What paycheck do you want? What goal are you running for? Lead the way miles, Spark, preferred customers, consultants. What are you doing? And reach out to people and let them know the urgency message. And the urgency message for preferred customers is, I'm running for a month-end goal. I'd love your help and I'd love to get you great skin. When are you available to talk? I have time tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. Which works better for you? Bam, 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 bam. Really spending some devoted time and focused energy in letting people know an urgency message. Is everybody going to bite? No, but people are going to bite. And you're going to be planting great seeds for the next month. As far as consultants, now is such great timing because we're launching Radiant Defense, and you get to be part of that. You get to be part of us entering a new $6 billion market. So September 30th is not only the end of the month, but it's the end of the quarter. It's the end of the third quarter. So whatever you're doing, the end of the third quarter is setting yourself up great for the beginning of the fourth quarter. Beginning of the fourth quarter, we have October, new product launch, 3 new products, October, November, 2 huge months that we want to build to end Q4 strong. Because what happens when you end Q4 strong, fourth quarter? You start out first quarter with a bang. So it's looking at all of these strategy-wise. So your short-term goals are ending September strong, not just focusing on TCs, but letting people know why now is the great time to join our business, the best pricing, and leveraging all of this, ending that strong and leveraging up for fourth quarter, right? So, and that's what I do every single week, every single month. Every single quarter. Amanda, you're raising your hand.
Hello. I was being nice. Got a question about the launch for October 1st. When, if they haven't already, and I completely bypassed seeing it, what are the special bundles, etc., and so forth going to be for PCs?
So they just announced today that they're holding preferred customers' orders who are scheduled to ship the first day or 2 of the month. Let me look and see exactly what that looks like. And the reason they're doing that is because until October 4th. So your PCs have PC perk subscription orders scheduled to process October 1st through 3rd. Are now going to process on October 4th. And the reason that they're doing that is because they are not going to tell us the bundles till October 1st. And the reason they're not going to tell us the bundles till October 1st is because there are people out there who might buy a lot of the consultant special now, and then they sell it and they do weird things, and they're not thinking long-term strategy for their business on what's best for their business. When you see people posting specials all the time on social media and selling it at their price and doing all these things, they're not thinking long-term sustainability of their business. They're thinking short-term. I don't even know what they're thinking because they're not necessarily making a buck. So they're trying to help us be strategic with our business, say, get your own products now, put them on your face, be using it, get your own before and afters, love it, and we'll get you going October 1st to help share with your PCs the deals that we're going to offer. Does that make sense, Amanda?
Yes, it does very much.
Okay, perfect. Any other questions about month-end strategy, what's important now? So whenever you're going through, honestly, not only do I do it the beginning of every week, I do it before I go to bed. I look at my day the following day and I lay it out in my head before I go to bed. And so when I get up in the morning, I'm being proactive rather than reactive. And last week it was interesting. I got back from convention Sunday night at like midnight, and I did not look at my following day because I was so exhausted and I just went to bed. And it was so interesting on how the whole day I was just completely, my brain felt muddled and fuzzy, and I was completely behind and I just couldn't get it. So looking at Sunday, strategizing for the week, month beginning, strategizing for the month, the night before, always looking at the following day ahead of time, just that mental preparation, Q3, Q4, really thinking that strategy wise, what's important now is going to completely help you take control of your business rather than have your business take control of you. Amanda, you're raising your hand again, and then Valerie.
I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident.
Well, it was cute. It was cute. Valerie, do you have a question? You're on mute. No question. You just wanted to raise and say, hi, I'm paying attention to you.
Okay,
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
So that's all I had, Robin, but I think that's a great question. Would you add anything to that, Robin?
No, but I think Joe might have had a question. I mean, I might have something to add to it, but Joe, go ahead. You have a question?
You're on mute, Joe.
So forgive my ignorance, but that comment actually intrigued me from Amanda. These people that we are pushing this wonderful new product with.
We're not pushing, we're sharing.
We're sharing. I'm pushing, but we're sharing. So what you're saying is that they will have specials for PCs?
Mm-hmm. They always have specials for PC.
Okay.
So whenever they launch new product, the way it traditionally has gone and what we're used to now is the first month is consultants. The ones who go to convention or enroll in virtual get the best opportunities, and then a week later, the consultants who didn't go will get some sort of special offer. And then the following month, they'll offer some special for preferred customers.
So really the counsel is for them to wait for that and just to get other things for now.
Wait.
Can't order Radiant Defense right now anyway.
Yeah.
Only consultants can. So
yeah.
So
I've just been taking little lists of people as we wait for the first to roll around. But actually, what you're saying is there's an enticement to be able to
offer it.
The order. I got it. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry to be such a newbie, but there you go.
Everybody.
You're a fast newbie. It's okay. Fast learner. You got it.
Any other questions or thoughts, ladies?
I gotten some good response for next month. I sent out a teaser email to stay tuned for information from me on the 1st of what specials would be available, and already getting them on my calendar for a conversation after the 1st. Right now, I haven't really been able to pin anybody down, and I did offer up the freebies, and I've never gotten any takers on freebies. So I'm reevaluating to see if that's really worth it to be posting about those.
So I don't ever, I shouldn't say ever, rarely do you mean like if you're running for a month-end special, you'll offer a free essentials or something? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, or just to get more people into my funnel that haven't tried before.
So I don't like it.
Hold on, Jennifer. I think, well, so Amanda, you're talking about two things. One is the offering a free product for purchasing, and then also offering samples like we did last week, the Freebie Friday for samples.
Correct.
Yeah. So Jennifer, so go ahead, but the samples offer free on Facebook.
Yeah. So as far as if I am running for a month end and I ever offer a free essentials, and Valerie and Joe and Ebony, I've briefly mentioned this to you guys. I don't post about it for a couple reasons. First of all, I don't want to undermine my Rodan and Field sisters. There are plenty of people who post specials on Facebook, Rodan and Field sisters, and that's not a philosophy that I believe in. I don't want to undermine other people. I also don't want people to sit there. I've seen people who post specials all the time, and then people are like, oh, I'll just wait till your next special. And I've just never had that happen. So it's not an issue for me. So what I do, Amanda, is I message people behind the scenes, just exactly what I said to you. Hey, I'm running for a month-end special or a month-end goal. I'd love to help get you great skin, and I'm also offering a freebie through month end only if I do that. Are you interested? And I just message people or text them or call them, but I don't post about it. And as far as the products are concerned, it's interesting when I offer, I don't do it that often. I generally give out samples to people I see, or, I offer the birthday message sample that if it's their birthday, I offer it that way. But like the one that I did on Friday, I don't know how many people, I didn't get that many, but I don't care because I saw 4 people today that I gave samples to. So I don't know if that helps or not.
I wanted to ask about samples. So it appears to me that samples are an addendum of freebie that comes with specials. Is there no ability, for instance, to order extra samples?
It depends.
Yeah.
They're not real. You can order microdermabrasion paste samples, but the Give It a Glows and there's other things.
And there's a reason why. I mean, and you know the reason why, Robin, right?
Yeah, so that we're incentivized to grow our teams and help people. No?
Because they don't count towards sales volume because samples are not full-size products, and they want it's in order to be ethical on all these little things about if it's a pyramid scheme or if it's not a pyramid scheme, and if people are actually using the products, samples can't be included in sales volume. The only ones that are the paste, it was like a grandfathered in something or other, so they're going to leave it that way. So they don't want people purchasing a lot of samples, because if you're purchasing a lot of samples, then you're like, oh my God, I just spent $80 on samples and now I have to spend $80 to fill my sales volume. I don't have the money to do that. So they're really encouraging people to earn them through Lead the Way. They're giving them as this consultant only special. They gave them to us at convention, but they really don't want people to buy them because they don't want people to feel overloaded that they've bought all this stuff that then they have to buy more stuff.
I get it. That makes sense. And I'm really glad I asked the question.
Yeah. I mean, all this stuff, there's so much bigger strategy than on these base levels that unless you're involved in some of these deeper conversations, you don't hear all of it. So, Robin, we have like 4 minutes and then we've been on for an hour. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
So my final comment would really be echoing what I heard Katie Wood say this morning, and it's something I've heard before, and I just think it's a good reminder. And I've heard it given in a couple different analogies, so I'll use the snowball analogy, pushing it up a hill. When you get started with that, it's a very tiny snowball. It's, and you're wanting it to be a big snowball, and then it gets really hard to push up the hill, and you keep pushing it hard, and you get somebody behind you who's like encouraging you and helping you push it up the hill, and it's still really hard and heavy, and it's just big, and it seems overwhelming, and so you gotta feel like you want to stop, but you don't want to stop because it'll be really hard to get that ball rolling again, right? Once an object in motion stays in motion, object at rest, it's really hard to get it moving again. So when you feel really tired, reach out to your upline and your sideline sisters and say, I'm really discouraged and feeling frustrated. What do I do? Help me brainstorm and work through this. And if you need to take a break, we all need to refill our creative, energy and take a break, but don't take off more than a day or two, because when you do that, there's research that shows that if you take a break for 3 days, it's just like starting all over again. So take a break, but don't take a long break. And you have all of us here, we're all working together, we're all cheering each other on. We've all encountered some variation of what you're encountering, and you will survive. It doesn't last forever, and it's not a death sentence. And at the end of it all, oh my gosh, it is amazing what the great feeling is when you have reached your success, and then all of a sudden you're realizing, oh my gosh, I can expand my level of success to something I never even imagined before. So when I started my business, I was thinking I'd cover my skincare and find a really great job, and instead I found you guys, and I found Rodan Fields really changed my life and my perspective. So just stick in there. You got it.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thanks all for hopping on.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Bye.
Thanks, Jennifer, for earlier. I'm grateful.